So, it is January 2018 and brand new tube map is out. This is it, and as with the last one, it does have a night tube variant, and I'm going to compare it to the last pair, the May 2017 maps, in this video. So the first big notable change of the new January 2018 map is the new cover art. This compares to last time's cover art, although the first thing I noticed that was massively different is this one is definitely more pink than this one. So if you put them side by side, you can see the new map is not a perfect white. To show you who the covers are by next to each other. So this new map cover does not have a name, unlike the May one, which was called Out Next Stop. And on the back, the kind of advert space has changed from the pack more into your visit to a London Day travel card advert. So let's open them up and see what the inside differences are. So this is the inside of the May 2017 map, and one thing that was very notable last time is Custom House XL station just here was closed, whereas if I open up the new map, it has returned as being an open station. And if you click the link in the description, there will be a link to an Instagram post done by us that shows what Custom House now looks like now it's reopened. And the only other inside changes to these maps is very small ones, like, let me just identify them. If you look at Brixton down the bottom of the map, just there at the end of the Victoria line, a blue dagger has been added. This shows there's no step-free access until September, and more stations have been daggered. So I'll provide a list of them in the description, but here are the check before you travel ones. So there are only 3: Brixton, Hounslow West and Victoria, and then there's the red daggers, whereas on the last map it was Custom House, Hounslow West and Lancaster Gate, and then the check before you travel. So let's move on to the night tube maps. So, of course, new night tube, but along with the new cover, which is now called, Wing Sleepers, it now says Tube and London Overground night services instead of last time's just night tube. As with the last night tube, there is no advert space on the back, and as the wording on the cover suggests, the big change is on the inside. And it is here. Night Overground has just started running between Dawson Junction and New Cross Gate, and that line is not present on the May night tube. And of course, as with the standard maps, the changes the most of the changes do stay the same, like daggers changing. So yeah, that is the big change here, is the addition of night overground services. Later this year, I expect to see another new night tube and London Overground services when the night overground is extended up to Highbury and Islington. And if you go to one of the night overground stations, you can pick one of these up, which is a little bit of information about it. It just tells you what it is, what's happening, and you can see on this, Whitechapel has got a cross through it, and that's because Whitechapel is currently not part of it, but will be in the near future, after the Crossrail works have been finished. So, with this new map, this means, of the last 3 map generations, so the December map, the May map, and now the new January 2018 maps, I've got both of the pairs. The only one of the last 4 generations is this June map, which I have not got the night tube part. So that is the main differences of this new generation of maps. Thanks for watching. So I thought I'd quickly add on to the end that if you go to a national rail station across like the last 6 months, you would have been able to pick up one of these, which is a London and the South East Rail Services map. It's practically a big fold out map that either you can show London Underground with the National Rail added over it, or on the back you can get a map of all the rail services in the South East, with London just there in the centre. And because of this new tube map and changes to the National Rail network, you can now get this one, which is valid from the 10th of December and contains changes obviously to the National Rail network and the London Underground changes. So if I open this up, it's easy to do this off camera because of space. You can see that the big change on the standard tube map is carried over to here, which is Custom House for XL, is open again. So that's them. So any of the National Rail stations in the South East are likely to have one of these if it's got a ticket office or station building. So this is also a good thing to pick up. And as of the December maps, I've got one from December 2016 as well, so that's nice. Right, that's definitely the end of this video. See you next time.